Has everybody had a chance to look over the minutes from our last meeting in November?
I'll move that we accept the minutes of November.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
And you've got two treasurer's reports, November and December. I've got nothing big to say. Except Jenny, I'm supposed to take $148.40 out of this account. We got money from the state because we were no longer getting state money to do the internet, so we have an account with this internet money, and we're supposed to take $148.40 a month out and put it in the checking account. But I'm not very good at that, so I took 4 months out through the end of December on December 31st. So I don't know if you're doing budget stuff like,
I don't think I'm keeping it the way Carol kept
Okay.
it, just so,
okay. I told Amy I'd done it too, so she'll,
okay. I saw that report come up. Amy sent a copy of that, or I got a copy of that transactions from her.
okay.
And that's probably the easiest way for you to do it, instead of going there every month.
I don't go every month. I should do it every month because I think it drives Amy crazy. But I hadn't done it, so I did September, October, November, December. But I wanted to do it before the end of the year.
Right. I mean, why can't we do it quarterly?
We could.
I think that would make, I mean, I don't think we're losing any interest. What are we losing, 10, 20 cents?
Well, we're not because it isn't a big, high-interest
Yeah.
account. It's mainly to make sure I do it. That's the main thing. And if I did it every month, it would get done. Okay.
Any other questions? Do I have any other questions?
In December, they send us some more money from the town. So that number changed in December.
So we did
They
receive,
must send it quarterly.
they do. I move we accept the
Treasurers?
treasurer's report for November and December 2025.
Second.
Thank you, Paul.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Guys have it. Librarians report.
Oh, joy. Okay, November and December, we were open 19 and 20 days respectively. Borrows are around the same, a little bit down in December. No overdue notices have been posted since the last time. Acquisitions, we brought in 101 books. A lot of donations in there. And then,
Wow.
yeah, a lot of donations. Some new, some not so new, seeing how they're going.
End of the year.
Yep. Mary Kay has done a lot of weeding of books. She's started, we're trying to weed the children's holiday collection, so that is in there. And she weeded the large print and the mysteries, and she started with the adult fiction. Criteria, if it is not been checked out in the past 5 years, or if there's damage to the book, she's been taking them out. If they're part of a series, she's not been taking them out. So there's about 300 books we've taken out and brought down to the book sales. Making some room on the shelves, which is lovely. can get the books better. And then library cards, 10 in November, 6 in December. Notice point of note here, there was only one non-resident in December, but I just did the petty cash today, so there was another non-resident. So when you look at the petty cash, there's 2 non-residents in the petty cash count because of that. So $20 taken in petty cash versus the one that was received a card in December. I don't really like the statistics that I have for the internet use because I don't think it's 100% accurate, but it's not changed too much month to month. Some people don't sign in when they use the computers. I try to remember who's there and write them in. Wi-Fi is the best guess that we can get. Volunteer hours, about the same. And then the petty cash part. And all these little bullet points. It's a lot to report on in 2 months. Because Genealogy Club was canceled in November. It was held in December. She had one attendee. She held a little bit longer in December due to noting that the meeting was going to be held a little longer. The Friends of the Library had a book sale on a Wednesday evening, and they sold $11. Mondays
Those
and
evening ones are gonna,
well, Mondays and Wednesdays are not very well populated in the library in general. In the evenings, start about 6:30.
Is that true? Is that a seasonal thing?
I can't remember this summer very well if it got as quiet. I've been trying to make sure I keep note of it in my head better to see if in the summer it does get a little bit busier. I don't feel like it was this slow in the summer. I think due to the sun and
Well,
the
we've also
smush.
had some bad weather.
yeah,
Yep.
very cold.
It's dark and slushy and gross out,
Yep.
so,
And a lot of people don't like driving at night.
yep.
But
Carol
we have
always
to keep
said this.
night hours.
Carol always said this summer was just busier in general, the winter is just slower, so I don't know if that was kind of where she was saying when she indicated that. We have another book sale coming up this Saturday, 10 to 12, so hopefully people will come on out. Book Club has been going virtually, talked about The Frozen River and The Christmas Memory by Truman Capote. Pride and Prejudice is coming up on Monday. Take and makes have been taked and made. They've all been used, and we have a January Winter Village mobile up there now. It's a little bit challenging. Took a bit to build. Scheduled programs. November we had our authors come in. There was not very many children at either of them. Kristen Ramey had 17 adults that came, and she sold a couple books. She left a couple here if people did want to buy her book. We sold one that she left. The author for Maya's hiking trip, very, very nice gentleman, brought his book in, brought his son, his father, and chatted about his book. He's self-published. 3 children and 4 adults were there. We've had therapy dogs coming. The first visit, they were here in November. We had only 1 person that came to visit the dogs. But then in December, we had 7 participants. And I think it was helpful to those that came. We all know Holiday House was canceled because of the weather. But the Friends, I'm not entirely positive how many angels were sold. There were 20-something left on the tree last I knew. So you guys made 200?
We always make 200 angels.
Yep. So,
I think it's 200, it's not 250, is it?
I think it was around 200. The conference room was used in November for the trustee meeting, and then there was a participant that comes and uses the internet for her work, and she needs a quiet space, so she'll sit down here and use the internet and work. It is a little chilly down here, and so people don't quite go down here. Snowshoe borrows have started. And then in November, I went to the library directors conference. It was on a Friday in November. It was a lot of information, a lot of librarians to meet. It was nice to be in a room with a whole bunch of librarians and the state librarian. She gave a great update, what's going on. They talked a lot about the HUD grant and when it was going to be, because I knew everybody was anticipating that. I put on here the closed early days in November for the snow. No, not
And
November,
ice.
December. Snow and ice. I purchased a new computer. It's exciting. It came. We just got it installed yesterday. And so it's up and running. Good. Wonderful. And then Town Manager Gunter turned in the HUD grant application on the 23rd of December. And then I put this next question into here because it's in this policy, but it wasn't in the policy one up there, but Martin Luther King Day.
We're closed.
We're closed, okay. It was closed last year. I just wanted to make sure that
Federal holiday.
it is okay to
Right.
be closed. And then the next meeting is February 4th.
Did anybody here look at the grant that he sent in?
Yes.
I have not looked at it fully. I just
There are a
glanced
couple of
at it.
things that are,
How did you access it?
I
we-
sent a
we
link
sent it-
yesterday.
she sent out, she sent it to us yesterday.
And
Jenny.
you and I got a confirmation
Of it.
email from
On the 23rd from the state.
the HUD, yeah. So I guess I should have sent that out to everybody too, but I didn't.
Well, I had just called Joe and asked him about if I could help in any way. I said, my hand is healed and Christmas is over and it's time to get back to work. And he says, well, he'd already mailed it in. I did go and see him today because there were a couple of things that we might change. Nothing major, but he did not know that Jenny has not been here over a year. So you know, it's little things like that, which if we call them, we can
Get that changed?
get that changed. Or you can, I don't think I can. It would be the people who, you know, it would be you as the,
Right.
but, in addition to the cracks, he also, added the windows. There's a couple of windows that need,
In the reading room, there's a couple cracked windows in the reading room. Top left by the fireplace, closest to the fireplace, window is cracked.
yeah. And then things like, I mean, the HUD grant is scored. I don't know if you looked at it. It's scored by questions like, are you open at night? So if we're open at night, we get points. If we're not, we get 0 points. So, those kinds of things. Also, it asked about our, several different policies, like the conflict of interest policy, which I know we have. I cannot find it. So I went online and got a sample conflict of interest policy to, I sent this out today. Did everybody hopefully get it?
Yes,
So it's
Just
a
a-
work in progress.
just a couple of typos,
A
but
very big work in progress, but it's been on my, you know, it was Judy and I that got together and looked at the different policies. And so what I did was, went to the Vermont Department of Libraries and said, okay, what policies are we required to have by state and federal law? And so, those are in here.
Are all the policies that we need in there?
Yes, but they're not all approved yet.
Right.
And we, you know, and we've been talking about these kinds of things. I mean, there's no table of contents because it's not finished. They they usually say, you know, you have a mission statement, but we don't have a vision statement. But if we wanted to do that, or our statement of purpose, or whatever we want to call it. The general operations of the library, Judy and I worked on, and that's why it says Martin Luther King Day is in there.
That's what I thought it was in
It wasn't in the one upstairs, so I was like, oh man, I gotta ask, cause I'm not sure.
And it should have been, because that's been in there for a while. So for the general, I don't know when we want to vote on these policies, but it has to be fairly soon. Especially the one that we've been talking about, and we've talked about it for 3 or 4 months in a row, is the collection development policy, which by state law we had to change. And that was sent to everybody several times.
What was that called again?
That's the collection development policy. And the only real change was we had to put down the First Amendment. It has to have the words First Amendment in it. And so now it has the words First Amendment in it, but everything else was pretty much the same. But that's in accordance with Vermont law. We need to adopt a collections development policy which includes material selection and procedures for reconsideration and retention of libraries. So that it does now. It has that. So if you want, I can move that we accept the collection development policy, library collection development policy, which we actually wrote January 30th, 2025, but we never adopted.
We can approve that. I'll make a motion, or did you just make a
I just
motion?
moved.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any more discussion on it? Because when I was reading through that today, I could have swore I saw something about conflict of interest, but that might have been under the sexual harassment part.
There is a separate conflict of interest policy in here as well. Because we have, the other one that we had, we used to have a gifts policy, and we revised that. But this was the new conflict of interest policy that's a new one.
Yeah, okay.
So on the conflict of interest policy, we need to adopt, I know we have one. I just, like I said, don't know where it is, but do you want me to read it? No board member, and I put in quotes, parentheses, trustee of the Fairhaven Free Public Library shall derive any personal profit or gain, directly or indirectly, by reason of his or her participation on the board. Other than compensation, no employee shall derive any personal profit or gain, directly or indirectly, by reason of his or her employment by the Fairhaven Free Public Library, except through activities that may facilitate professional advancement or contribute to the profession, such as publications and professional service and have been that has been fully disclosed to the board. Each individual shall disclose to the board any personal interest which he or she may have in any matter pending before the board, and shall refrain from participating in any decision on such matter. Members of the Fairhaven Free Public Library Board, committees, and staff shall refrain from obtaining any list of library patrons that result in personal benefit. Don't sell anybody's names. Statement of associations, and then this is, if they have one, they have to declare it. This is to certify that I except as described on the reverse of this sheet, am not now or nor at any time during the past year have been a participant, directly or indirectly, in any arrangement, agreement, investment, or other activity with any vendor, supplier, or other party doing business with Fairhaven Free Public Library that has resulted or could result in personal benefit to me. Any exceptions to the above are stated on the reverse of this sheet with a full description of the transactions, whether direct or indirect, which I have or have had during the past year with persons or organizations having transactions with Fairhaven Public Library. So I guess what we'd have to do is sign it every year.
Do we all sign on that one piece of paper, or do we have
No,
to?
I
No.
think,
copies?
I think what's probably the best thing to do is every March, when the board reorganizes anyway,
To have it here at our first meeting
to have it here,
after the vote.
right?
Okay.
This is minor, but you call it the Fairhaven Public Library. Isn't the proper name Free Library?
I think the state actually has it as the
The
Fairhaven
government has
Public.
this as public library, but we were, but yeah, we are the Fairhaven Free Public Library.
Okay.
So I use those interchangeably because everybody says it's the free library, it's a Fairhaven Free Library, but when we go to a grant or to the IRS or
Then you're the
Fairhaven
public
Public Library. So did I move that the conflict of interest policy?
I don't think you did.
I'm going to move to accept the conflict of, to accept
Interest.
a new conflict of interest policy.
And I'll second it.
And I'm gonna put down here adopted 1/7/2026.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Guys have it.
So are there more policies on there that we need to accept?
Yeah, there's a couple that, I would say there's three. I updated the sexual harassment policy because the state updated their sexual harassment policy. So in following with the state's sexual harassment policy, I did the same thing.
Okay, so we'll have to approve that one.
And then, the library personnel,
Well, we get a
which
copy of it.
tells
We
Jenny
download it.
how much money she has, or she receives, and her personal time off, and all those kinds of things, which we've talked about,
Numerous times.
at least 4 or 5 times.
So can we approve that tonight?
Well, yeah. I can move that.
What is that one again? Does it have,
The library
librarian-
personnel,
does it have all the right
Okay.
numbers in it?
After 90 days, she gets the 84 hours
of paid time off.
paid time off, and then after 5 years, it goes to 140
Okay.
per year.
Right. And she works 28 hours a week, is eligible for paid time off, all that good stuff.
She
Yeah.
also got a different amount of money after she worked here so many days.
We don't put salaries
In the
In there.
policies.
in
Okay.
there.
But it might have in there that there's a probationary period.
It is 90
That's
days.
there.
It's how they're appointed, hiring additional staff, because it's up, she can do that, the probationary period, her responsibilities. This is all taken from the original. The only, we changed the things that are changed, right. So I
So
move,
employees, she can recommend to us a
she's,
one that she wants to
she's
try and
hired
hire.
between the library director and the board of trustees.
Right.
So she can't go out and hire, a second assistant person unless,
Unless we okay.
right, it goes through us.
I move that we accept the personnel policy.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Okay, what else have you got there?
On the sexual harassment one,
But we should read through that
Yeah.
next month?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really didn't change a lot. Just the definition of sexual harassment's the same, the examples they give are a little different. We'll warn a vote on the sexual harassment policy for February, right?
yes.
And then the other one is the amending of the general operations of the library. And basically, it's the same policy. We updated the things like, they now pay a $10 fee, monthly fee. Children through the age of, through age 12 have a guardian, a parent or guardian sign for their application for a library card, because that's the new law. Parents are responsible for materials borrowed by children under the age of 12, which is the new law. We're closing January 1st, Martin Luther King Day, President's Day, Memorial Day, Juneteenth, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples' Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, and December 25th. Additionally, the library is closed on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, December 24th. Oh, no, the day before Thanksgiving, on December 24th and December 26th, and December 31st. Emergency closing because of weather or other occasions will be determined by the library director. Unscheduled closings will be announced on the Facebook page and posted on the library door. So, like the other day when Jenny let us know that she was closing, all you gotta do is
Pretty much what she did.
pretty much exactly what you did. I'm trying to, and that's what the only amendments we made.
So we could approve that one.
Right. Yeah, we've gone over this one quite a few times. You wanna do that?
Yeah,
Somebody,
I'll move.
the amended, huh?
Thank you, Seal, for doing all this.
Can we get a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then we need a policy on those background checks, and I've got to do that, so I'll have to do that. It's basically a policy on how we house the materials, but we have a plan.
Library personnel, we adopted today. Sexual harassment, we're doing next month. The meeting room policy is the same.
The times need to be changed on it. Monday and Wednesday.
Right,
40.
it should be, what, 3 to 7?
7.
So I think, I'm not sure that we really have to change the policy, just change the time. I'll just put here 3 to 7. We're still 8:30 to 4:30 and Saturday 9 to 1. So I'll update that. Collection we adopted.
You said on this grant we're applying for, we get more points if we're open nights. What's considered nights?
Anytime after 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure what page that was on, because this is a really long grant, 30-some pages. I just know when I was looking at this, doing the scoring, you know, that's how it's scored. So,
Were there things that we ought to change so that we could score better on grants?
no, the things that are, no.
I mean, there's things that we probably don't meet, but we're not going to. I can't think of a good example, but
I don't believe so. I think it's on 15. It's a really long grant. As federal grants tend to be.
have we
So,
applied for this one before?
This is on the
No.
computer too.
Okay.
I mean, on.
I applied
Yeah,
for
she
the
just
one
did, yeah.
through.
Well, it's,
the-
Seal emailed
this-
it to us
the-
today.
Through Congress,
Okay.
through Becca
Yeah.
Ballard's office.
Yeah.
And then we applied for the one that
Oh,
was
my
a
God.
matching grant from Vermont Historic Preservation. But that you could only get,
50?
You had to do matching.
yeah, you had to do matching and it wasn't even close to 50,000.
It wasn't close to
No,
50?
No, it wasn't close to 50, it was, no.
Right, so
Because we had to come up with $90,000.
that was the one that we didn't apply
Oh,
for.
right.
Right,
Right.
because it was matching.
Right. So, how many hours you're open? Gives you points. We scored 40. How many hours each week is the library open on weeknights after 5 or on weekends? So you get points for being open on weekends and at night. If we do interlibrary loan, which we do, we file our librarian report, our librarian reports every year, and have over the 3 years, so those are the kinds of things that gave us points. And then, do we receive, they ask what kind of library, we're a municipal library, which was why Joe was allowed to apply in our stead, because we are owned by the town. So that's basically, and like I said, he has a much better working knowledge of the systems of the building, having written these grants before, than I can say that you or I have, Chris.
Okay, good.
So, but if you haven't read it, you might want to look it over. There are some things that he talks about, and, he said since we have, other needs, that we might as well address those. I don't believe I saw him put in the new entryway door. Did you?
I didn't see it that close.
I haven't looked at it that close yet,
Right.
but he
I know,
asked
we
that.
just got it.
He did ask that question, and I think we were kind of like hemming and hawing and didn't give him an answer either way.
Yeah,
So I can't imagine he would put it in if we didn't give him an answer.
right. Because we still have to come up with a solution for that as well.
Yes.
But I wish he had let us look it over before he sent it in,
Yes.
That would have been,
Yeah.
that would have been nice.
because then we might have come up with that question.
Well, that's why I called and said, what can I do? He said, it's already sent in, so.
Okay.
So we'll look at it deeper and then discuss more about it next month, if need be.
So read the grant, read the sexual harassment policy.
I'll put things on the bottom here that when they were adopted so that we have them. It would be nice, Judy, what's the date on that, the computer use policy?
The one I have,
Yeah, the one you have,
2014.
2014. So this one was 2024. I went to, the Poultney Library, about the same size as ours, about the same kind of stuff. So I looked at their computer use policy because I could not find ours. And theirs was updated last year, so
Oh.
we can compare the one, you know, ours, if you'll make a copy.
So we need
So
to
you
do
took a
that.
picture of it and just basically plagiarized?
You can- That's how policies work. I mean, that's why they pay attorneys.
Right.
You know, the American Library Association, all those, they do that kind of things for us, but we can amend it to say whatever we want. They had a couple things that I took out that didn't apply to us.
It just basically guidelines.
Yeah, just guidelines, like, they had the same, 30 minutes on the computer, but, you know, if nobody's using the computer and somebody stays on 42 minutes, we're not gonna go over there and say, I'm sorry, but the guidelines, you know. Most of the time, it's up to the librarian to handle those situations. New
And-
business?
Yeah, I don't have any new business.
Oh, I do.
I
Okay.
have a question on the book list. Why aren't there more mystery?
Because
the shelf is
I'm,
really
yeah,
small.
I know. Because I'm not doing very good at buying books. I'm learning what we need to get, and where to get them from.
So
And
it's okay to bring a list? if-
yeah, I love it.
Okay,
I love it when
okay.
people bring me in a list, because then I know I'm getting what people want.
Okay, great.
So if you have more mysteries that you want me to buy, please let me know.
I bring the ones that I see. And did you do the male-female
Yep.
thing?
Yep. So we did it from December 29th to January 6th. And I counted people borrowing books, not just people in the library, people borrowing books. That was 5 days. 69 people came in. 25 were men, 36 were women, 8 were children. So,
Pretty even.
So they're all different people that came in?
per that day. So I can't say that somebody didn't come in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It was just that day, what was the gender of that person and the age of that
Yeah.
person visually. And so,
Ballparking it.
yeah, so, that's
Interesting.
what we got. It was very interesting. There are some days are really heavy male dominated, some days are very heavy female dominated, so it really just day of the week. What it
I was
is.
just curious, so thank you for doing that. That
Yeah.
was-
You're welcome. It was interesting. The snowy days brought out a lot more gentlemen.
Okay, there was one more thing. Jenny and I had a talk about the Christmas gift cards. And in the past, when you got your gift card, it always said the librarian, and it was signed by the chairman of the board, because it's from the board too. And this year was different, and we talked about it. And that's fine, but I do feel the board should acknowledge the volunteers in some way, whether it be a thank you note. You know, if it's not going to be on the voucher, then it should be separate. But that's how it's been. Doesn't have to be that way, but I think the board should do something.
I agree.
Yeah.
April is volunteer month.
So that would be a good time to do it.
I think so.
And keep it separate from
Yeah.
that would be
I think it'd
great.
be, you know, it might be nice just to have like a little gathering and invite the volunteers out, you know, with a nice spring, you know, setup, just
Yeah,
something little. I mean, it doesn't have to be a formal tea or anything, but just a
that would
nice
be,
little.
that would be great.
Yeah, you know, if we could find something, to give them,
Yeah.
I think April would be nice, you know, and hopefully it'll be a beautiful, sunny, warm day. But I think, you know, and,
Go for July.
yeah, the cards are nice, but I think if you get them together and thank them personally, you know,
I think it means a lot.
yeah, I think it would mean a lot to them.
Yeah.
You know, because
Because
we
we know we
really,
need the,
we could not have a library open without volunteers. We just,
well, we could if we paid more people.
yeah, but I mean, even the Rutland Public Library, which pays people, still needs volunteers. there's just a lot of work to do in the library, so. But we'll get that total list from you, Jenny. And we can do something so that we thank them. I agree, Judy, thank you. And thank you for acknowledging them for the holidays.
It was very, very nice, very well done, too.
Yeah.
Very tasteful.
Yeah.
Okay. You said you have someone?
Oh,
I
yes.
said
Yeah.
I have a thing, Chris is still on the board for next
2 more
year,
years.
as is Judy. But Paul, my tenure is up.
Really?
That's a
I
lot
thought
of
I was
people
on
in
there
1
for
year.
3 years.
No, I'm the 3 or the 2.
You were the 3?
So I got mine,
Number 3.
I coveted the 1-year term. So I went and got mine, but there's
Another 1 year, right?
There's another 1 year and
a
another
3-year.
3-year term, so these have to be in by January 26th.
With
We need
10%
25
of the-
signatures.
You
Yeah.
10% of the population.
5.
And if a person isn't gonna run, we need to go so we need to
Yeah,
know
we
so
don't
we
have
can
much
get
time.
somebody else to run. But, and hopefully everybody's gonna run, but anyway.
And we usually put the petitions, well, you can go and get
Well, we
signatures, but
put
put them
them
at the library,
upstairs.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there can be, you can put them at the town office, you can put them at the
Yeah.
library, yeah. You can go to the transfer
Or give it-
station.
Give it to me and I'll go down Sheldon Road. I can get 6 or 8 right there.
There you go.
But so we need to, before the next meeting, we will have had to turn in our thing.
So we need to know.
Wanting
we
to stay
need to-
on, right?
Well, I have a question. We all know my situation. Started out with a mini stroke, and now they're worried about my aneurysm. And so I was not going to run at all, but then I misunderstood your email, and I thought, well, nobody else is running either, so I don't want to leave them in a lurch. If we know of anyone else who is interested in running, I would
We can
certainly.
certainly ask.
Yeah.
I mean, at least since you have to have surgery.
No, I
You don't
don't.
need to know, oh, you don't have to have surgery?
I
Oh,
don't.
good.
I don't know yet. I have to
Oh, okay,
go to Burlington in February.
okay.
They're keeping an eye on it.
He was, what you told me was that you didn't want to run and then bail. And I said, well, the worst case that happens is that you bail and
And then we have to appoint
and we
somebody.
have to appoint somebody, that's a possibility. But I don't want to put that out there for you. You have,
That's a decision, we will support your decision, whatever it
Right.
is.
Okay, well, the gentleman who I replaced here, isn't he back in town now?
Yes.
Yes.
No, would he be wanting to come back?
Living on Sheldon Road.
right, he's on Sheldon Road. I don't think so.
I'm not, I don't think he wants to be
Okay.
back on the board. I mean, he was here,
A number of years.
he came back for something, I can't remember what it was, but he was at one of our meetings in the spring. And he had no idea, he had no inclination of coming back.
Yeah.
So does anybody know of somebody that might be interested?
Right offhand, no.
Right, me neither.
Other than your sister-in-law.
But my sister-in-law's.
Both of them have been on
both
it.
Been on the board and done that. And my
both done
son,
that.
and my son-in-law has been on the board and done that. I don't
Yep.
think I'm gonna get
Worked with
that.
all 3 of them.
I mean, keep our ears open. There might be somebody interested if we approach them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I have an idea,
You know,
but I
and,
don't want
and
to say
let,
it.
and we'll let Danny know, too, because,
She sees
she-
a lot of
She
people.
would have a good eye on people.
Yes.
yeah.
Right,
I
so
mean,
I'll go in
she
this week.
sees lots of folks and and someone could have, because they're gonna be looking for,
So Ron, are
to
you
fill offices.
just staying on?
What?
Yes, I'll stay on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Seal.
And if we're searching for somebody else, I'll go for the long term, and then somebody else, the new person could have the 1 year.
Thank you. That was one of the things. What was the other things?
Policies,
Policies and setting people up for the board.
Those are two big things.
Those are two very big things.
Yes.
And it's still.
Only 6:45.
If you can't find anybody else, then I will run. And hopefully I can not die in office or anything.
We hope not. We are
That
not,
will be our hope as well.
we were not prepared for that.
No, like I'm saying, if no one else is in, I will run and it'll work out.
All right. And in the meantime, we'll see if we find somebody else so you could have a break.
But, just so that if you, whoever it is, that includes me, we just need to make sure that these get into Danny.
by the
By-
28th,
No, the
Sixth.
26th.
26th.
You got a blank one there?
No,
Oh.
no, you have to go get that from Danny.
Oh, from Danny, okay.
Yeah.
So that's the last Monday of the month. Has to be in before then or by then?
By then, by 5
then.
o'clock, is it? I think she's
End
here
of
at
the
5
day.
o'clock.
And
End of day.
if you leave it in the library, they'll get a bunch of
You need 25
signatures.
signatures.
I can get you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I can get about a half a dozen right away, so
Is
that's
there
no
something on
problem.
the
you know.
back you had
Take it
to
to
do?
church.
The
no
petition,
problem.
there is a
Take it to church.
consent of candidacy
In fact,
form
I
that
did
you have to
that
fill
the
out
last
once you
time, is I
get
took
your
it to church and got it
petition.
almost full and then
Because I
dropped
can
it
remember
off
somebody
here.
didn't do that, so they weren't.
Yeah,
on
because
the
that's,
ballot.
that's how you want your name written and.
So is
and
it
that
on-
But if you
information.
give it
So
to
it's
me, I
separate
can
from
get my
the
relatives
petition.
to sign it.
They are, in West Haven, they're two documents. I don't know how
There's
Danny
nothing
does
on the back
hers.
of the petition, right? Or is that the
There's
one?
nothing,
No.
but you can't sign if it doesn't have the petition at the top of the paper,
Oh, okay.
okay? So that's why Danny started giving everybody 2 sheets. So when they sign their name, it has to be
Has to have
under
all
the,
that
under the.
information.
yeah,
You have to
yeah.
know what you're signing for.
You have to know what you're signing for, what you're signing. And then there's the sheet that, you know,
Consent
your
of
residence
candidacy.
and how you want your name on the ballot, because I always, since nobody knows who Cecilia is, I put Cecilia and then in quotes Seal. That's all I had, I guess.
And I don't have anything new. I don't have old business either. Other than, you know.
Other than we've got.
Bricklayers are non-existent these days.
I know. I was at Walmart yesterday and I saw somebody with a Mason's shirt on and I said, hey! Are you certified to fix a historic building?
Does it have to be a certain person?
They would prefer it, but if we can't get anybody else,
Isn't there a mason in Polley?
I'll double
Because I thought
check.
he was supposed to do some mason work
There
on
were,
our house, but he never showed
whenever
up.
I Google it, we're talking 50 miles away minimum, whenever I Google. Even when I say near me, I get 1 or 2 out of Rutland, and then nothing else. So I'm gonna have to start looking through old telephone books now.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. We're gonna have to look and see specifically what the HUD grant,
If they specify.
because we are on the National Historic Register, things change.
Yeah.
So that's, that, and there are only 3 masons in the state of Vermont qualified or certified by the state of Vermont to work on historic buildings.
And they don't return phone calls.
And, you know, I mean, they have,
Well, they're probably over 50, and they probably have a list this long to deal with. What about Albany?
yeah, it's
I
not in
haven't-
Vermont.
I haven't,
Does it have to be somebody in Vermont, or could it be somebody from...
According to the state of Vermont, the Vermont Historic Preservation, those are the names they put.
Oh,
Does it have to be from Vermont? I
I'm just
don't know.
thinking Manchester, New Hampshire, Albany, Vermont, Albany, New York. Those are,
Well, we can try, what the heck? I
Might as
mean,
well, maybe we'll
Yeah,
get somebody
right.
to at least answer our phone calls.
yeah, yeah, so that might be nice.
All right, I'll look into it.
Did we
I'll
get,
widen my search.
so how are we coming with the receipt of the check from Andrew Carnegie
I have
Foundation?
not gotten any communication with them since turning in, they said January 12th, I think. Wrong email. I think they said January, you had to have it turned in by January 12th. 1 second, I will try to.
Because I was wondering about that and what we might want to do for America's 250th, because that's why
why they gave
why
that
the
money.
foundation's giving all the Carnegie libraries money. It's because the 250th celebration. I will tell you that the Historical Society, under the leadership of Judy Sheldon, we're going to be having a special program on rattlesnakes.
Yay, that's exciting.
Someone wanted us to bring in a real one, and I said no.
No live pets allowed in
Been
the
there, done
building.
that.
When is the
Been there,
program?
done that.
It's going to be June 12th, I believe.
Who's coming?
A
Snakes.
herpetologist or two from Burlington or,
Those are always interesting because they
and they're
used,
huge. We can't get huge crowds.
they used, well, the things are growing and they're spreading out. I mean, they're showing up in places they've never been. Of course, you
Not
know,
40 Carnarvon Street, but anywhere else.
give it time. Jeff's front lawn.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But, yeah, I mean, maybe we can come up with some ideas on how we might want to offer a program. I'm sure we can probably get something from Vermont Humanities, because those only cost $75. So maybe, does the board want to do that? Do we want to ask the Friends if they would help us with that?
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea.
All right. I will take to the Friends.
Maybe somebody in Friends has an idea
Yeah.
of a plan.
I will comment
Need to hear back.
on,
Don't see it.
I thank the Friends for the angels. I thought they were especially pretty this
They
year.
were,
They were nice.
I think, one of our best.
But they are every year. They're beautiful. And I get
Usually.
them out of my stash and,
That's right. Except the paperclip.
Yeah, the paperclip, that wasn't,
oh, the paperclip one died a long time ago.
We still have 100 of the original 200. So I move we adjourn.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I
Guys have it.